A year on from one of the biggest tragedies in the Pacific this century, Samoa remembers those who have passed.
More than 180 people perished in the September 29th tsunami that devastated Samoa, American Samoa and Tonga. Samoa holds a national memorial for the dead on Sunday, but today the South Coast mourns and remembers.
We cross now to Lisa Tauma, who is at Lalomanu on the south coast of Samoa. Talofa, Lisa. Talofa, Lisa.
Talofa, Ange, malola soifua.
Tell us what's been happening on the south coast today.
Look, it's just been an amazing experience out here today. But you know what? Things really got started here last night when there was just a freak electrical storm. Mother Nature really showed her hand again, and there was thunder and lightning. The lightning just lit up the whole sea. So what that did out here was just straight away put people back to this time last year and that sense of not knowing what was going to happen. This morning, another tragedy. Laumui Siuala, one of the surviving tsunami victims, one of the survivors, she passed away at 7:10, and that was pretty much the exact time that the earthquake hit this day last year. Today, all the villages along the coast have been having locals, private locals, public locals, and the village of Saleapanga, which as we know has moved completely inland, well, they returned to the sea today to march amongst the remnants of their former lives. And that march was a tribute to the 32 people that they lost, but it also really paid testament to the amazing endurance of those that have survived up there, often in really appalling conditions in Saleapanga. You know, and it just shows that no matter what you take away, you can't take away the incredible resilience of the Samoan spirit.
Well, today it's remembering and honouring the names of our loved ones that were lost for the tsunami 12 months ago. Celebration in a way too, you know, of our new village and our new home here.
As you see, our car there is also affected, and it's still on today. And I really want to bring my car here just to remember that morning, a very serious morning, and I don't want to. And I don't want to forget.
Well, honestly, I'm privileged to be here and also to be alive. About this time last year, it was a different story altogether. But being here and celebrate, you know, life together with the rest of all of us, you know, that's something that is so special to me.
And this idea of celebrating life has been really evident everywhere we've been today. One story of renewed hope comes from the village of Pautasi, where a family who lost 3 children to the wave have now got a whole new outlook on their future. Salaivalu lost 2 of her precious children to the tsunami when they were swept out to sea along with their 2-year-old cousin.
I was flown here by the wave. My body was hurt, but I didn't feel anything because I had a strong feeling about my children. I was taken here and taken to the hospital, but still I did want to see the children.
A year on, Matamanu's daughter Salaivalu is now holding on to new hope with her 2-month-old baby, one who symbolises the regeneration of the family and their new lives in its new hilltop location.
Popo e foi matatalo isi taimi ya lela wola ngona fifi na votoe pa manuia foi se foi tamaititi fu si olo tawa mele atua tau talamatu mai foi se mafofau fanono ye tamaiti pe ona umatu.
No one of us want to live there again. We don't know this time, for we have the change of weather, whether when we will have a wave again or not. That's why we're so afraid to live by the sea again. We are so glad to live in here. That's why we said that God has sent us to live in here.
no kai mesai ai.
We felt so sad about our missing children and also how we were injured by the tsunami. But after that, we can sit here and look. That's why I said God had made good things for us through that very trouble. God has sent us to this land.
The village of Potasi, like so many others along this coast, has been relocated and rebuilt further up the hill. There are new homes, a new school, a new church hall is almost complete, and there's talks of moving this hospital, which services the whole of the side of the island, further up the hill as well. Help has come from so many quarters and places all around the world, but the backbone of this rebuild has really been people's extended family and their alofa and all their hard work.
When we moved here by the tsunami, we were all living in that one house, 4 couples and children. It was, I don't know how to talk about that. Yeah, we were feeling good because of the help from our families. But if we were waiting for the government and what they offer us to do, nothing. You look at that house over there. They're not finished yet. We're still waiting for them to finish the house. Countries of the world who are sending us help, say, I thank you so much for all of that, because we can't live without your help.
E mo ilava e tai me whawaiwai en mawhawhau pe a mawhawhau ana i tua i tamatia ai e whaatoatoa i noa whapea ona atua e mau mai fo i le si olo tau me le atua e susuani fo i mawhitianga pe ona i malawa na atua pe ona tua na ai atu nei.